Okay, this is my Johnson 90 horsepower, and this ignition coil is causing me trouble last season. And so what happened was, towards the end of the season, um, my motor got some warm start issue, and as you can see, this um, ignition coil, this uh, post, this terminal, looks very, very rusty. This top one is good, but this bottom one is so bad, you know. And so I'm actually going to tear apart or just unscrew the top one and the bottom screws, and then polish this terminal here. I just did this top one, you can see, which is pretty clean, that top one, and also this bottom terminal. Let me show you in a second. Let me pull this back. See, I just used sandpaper and grind it down. I just use this sandpaper. I don't even know how many grits this is. Oh, it's 150. Look, P150. So it's a 3M P150 grit sandpaper to sand these terminals. So as you can see, this top terminal and the bottom terminal is so badly rusted. So I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to try to use the sandpaper to clean this terminal here. That's what's causing the starting problem here. So, you know, if you have warm start problem, meaning you can start the motor and then you run the motor for a while, and then you shut it off, and then after, a few minutes, the engine is still warm, but this is Johnson 90 horsepower, my big motor, the main motor. And and it's still too cold to fish outside, to go boating outside. So this is one of the maintenance you need to do at the beginning of the season, and it really takes very little time. Basically just unscrew these two screws for each of the four, what do you call that, ignition coil, and then you're in business. So I am going to put this top one back, and same thing with this, bottom one, and then the top one. So ignition coil is how the engine will get started. So if this ignition coil is no good, then your engine is not going to start. So that's why I was having trouble a little bit at the end of the boating season and fishing season. So you can see this is my problem here. This terminal is just so rusty. So I'm going to take this apart, and then I'm going to try to clean this terminal here. The top terminal is still shining, but the bottom terminal is really bad. This one here. So I'm going to try to do it now. Okay. Basically, this is the what do you call that? The socket that I'm using. Let me unplug this. So counterclockwise to unscrew. Counterclockwise. Make sure you don't drop the bolt down there, because if you drop the bolt, then you're going to be in so much pain to try to recover this screw in the cowling underneath the engine or the motor, because it's going to be so hard to get to the bottom underneath the engine. There we go. Okay. Wow, this ignition coil is the rubber is just almost done with its age. Anyway, so this is the screw, and you can see this this ignition coil bottom terminal, it's pretty rusted. So I'm going to take a photo, and then I'm going to start sanding it. So so it will return to its original glory, the shining glory face. Let me take a picture of the here. This top terminal is good, but this bottom terminal is just so dirty. So I'm gonna try to clean this bottom terminal. Okay, I think that's good. Put the 2 screws back on, and we're in business. See, that's much cleaner. Clockwise to tighten the nuts and bolts. Here we go. Here we go. So ignition coil is cleaned, and now I just have to put this back up. Here you go. This one back up. Here you go. Where's the other one? Oh, it's right here. This one back up, and that's it. And I need to get a zip tie because this boot broke. That's why I'm getting this zip tie in there, because this bottom boot broke. So hopefully with the zip tie I can get by for another year. I did get by for a couple of years after last time I broke this boots. I think it was 2 years ago or something like that. Now it's going to be good for another 2 years. You know, so you always need to. So this is my zip tie gun. You always need to. There we go. Oh, dang. Well, yeah, I think that's good enough. And I got these two to check, so I'm gonna do that now. So this is a Harbor Freight item 67076 adjustable cable tie gun. Automatically fasten and cuts ties in one motion. You know, it fits almost all the zip tie in there. So there we go. Okay, counterclockwise to unscrew. The bottom one, and then remove the boots. Remove the boots. There's a big boots. There is a big boot, and there is a small boot. With the ignition coil. This one is pretty tight. Didn't want to come out. There we go. Came out. Whoa! Woo! See that guy there? Oh my goodness. I don't know why it's so rusted too. A couple years ago I actually cleaned this ignition coil, but I don't know how the condensation is so bad with this motor. Yeah. Whew. Dang. These boots attract the water or something. You see that there? Just amazing. You see that? Ooh. Golly, so much moisture and condensation in here. So, and whoa, this one is also a little bit of rusty, turned into orange. So I'm gonna clean this terminal and this piece of metal here, so that I'll get a better connection for starting the motor. That's why the motor is hard to start when it's warm, because all the contacts are in bad shape.